Hello, 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 beautiful unicorns. How are you doing today on this magnificent Monday? Yana Kasperczak coming into your life from Ontario of Canada as your certified professional performance and spiritual awakening core energy coach. It has been my soul's purpose to help women, to help you get your shit together so you can break free from that mental prison you find yourself in and build a life, a business, and or career that you are obsessed with. And today I had someone mention a specific creature that has landed on their window or outside their window, and I really got me thinking, reminded me of spirit animals and how all of us, we have our spirit guides and spirit animals, and it helps us to understand ourselves a little bit more when we pause and uncover what our spirit animal is. And there is no right or wrong way of doing it. And at the same time, your spirit animal can change. You're not necessarily mated for life with your spirit animal, but you might. So I'll give you an example. For me, when it was time for me when I really started to question what's my spirit animal, I really needed to know and wanted to know because I was ready to use my knowledge of that animal to understand myself more and to guide me with what I'm supposed to be doing and how. And so after doing a little bit of meditation and spending time and understanding and questioning the next day, what ended up happening is I woke up in the morning. This was maybe like middle of October, and normally it doesn't snow this time of the year, but it had already snowed very lightly on our deck, and it covered the whole deck, and all I see is these tiny little paw prints that come up the stairs, come to the door, move around the door a little bit, and then there was no tracks of those paw prints leaving anywhere or going anywhere. And I knew that this was a cat. So for me, was my answer that my spirit animal is a cat. And I went down that rabbit hole to understand what does that mean to me, for me, when it comes to the spirit animal being a cat. And then the opportunities for me to be more like a cat and at the same time not so much so. But the one that I really stood out to me the most was the domesticated cat that lives inside and looks at the world from inside through the window, that does not leave the house much. So today, the whale has been wanting to speak to us. Let's see what this whale has for us. I know the whale is a wise one and a calm and a patient creature that they know a thing or two, right? I mean, don't all animals know a thing or two? Yeah, let's see. Now, finding it sometimes, that is what is going to help with patience for me, wouldn't it? So we got cobra, tiger, cheetah. Oh no, this is a triangle up. So we're even in the wrong section. There we go. Oh, whale. Here we go. Desire to delve deeper. Profound peace. Ancient wisdom. The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Emotional health is so important. This is our mindset. We live in our minds. If you are not happy with your life in any aspect or any area of your life, I invite you to go into your mind and see and understand what stories you're carrying about that area of your life that are not allowing you to live in the way that you want to. This is what emotional health is. It's the mental. Um, Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain as they have overcome many challenges in their lives. A whale, which this is where you are right now. We're pulling the card up on your present, where you are. And where you are now, and what you do now, what you do today will determine how your tomorrow is going to be. So, remind yourself that you have already overcome many challenges. And you will overcome more harder challenges. You're meant to be preparing and training your emotions and your emotional state, your mindset, to be as strong and as tough as it's meant to be, so that no matter what happens, you got it without the least amount of emotions being drained. Um, don't be afraid to express yourself. Don't be afraid to speak your truth, to say what you want to say. What if today is the only chance that you get to say what you want to say? Would you not want to take that chance and opportunity? And if you approach your life in that way, that you only have this one moment to say something or not to say, because not everything also needs to be said. Not everything that you think and that is triggering you needs to be said. Some of the things are meant to be just for you to learn and grow and to evolve. And not everything needs to be said. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability, strength, and depth that is rare. Everything that you have gone through has enriched you, given you stability, taught you a lot, helps you to become stronger and gain the depth and the perception that you currently have that is rare. And that's why sometimes when you talk and you express yourself and you share maybe your knowledge or wisdom, or you try to help someone, they don't get it. They don't understand, because they have not been through the growth and evolution and certain understanding that you have been through and that you have acquired and that you have now. You are a whale. And everybody else is a whale in their own way. They might be a different type of a whale or a smaller whale. But you have your deck of mindset cards and they have theirs. Sometimes you can have a conversation with people and they get you, they understand you, while other times they don't. And while other times they will pretend like they do and say they do, but in reality, they don't. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. Practice being compassionate in your communication. It's a reminder for all of us that sometimes we allow our emotions to take over, but if we just pause and instead of reacting, we allow ourselves to respond and take the time that we need to understand what is it that we're responding to and tap into our emotional intelligence and come from a place of love, from a place of compassion when we are communicating. When we're expressing ourselves, maybe even expressing our needs and our desires and our wants, or maybe our struggles, whatever it is that we're trying to express, do so with compassion and understanding. We can we can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost, which is a reminder that every person is a whale. Some people are dolphins, and some people are goldfishes. Has every person is different, and they have their own different characteristics and personality traits. And by the way, we're not stuck with our personalities. We can change them if we want to. It just takes a little bit or a lot of work. So we can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. Whales have a lot of wisdom to offer and knowledge to offer and reminders to stay calm, and you will find your way. Because when you think you're lost, if you really pause and think, you will perhaps start to recognize that you are not lost. You're exactly where you're meant to be. So how can you be lost if you're exactly where you're meant to be? So maybe it's not feeling lost that you're feeling. Maybe it's feeling misunderstood or alone or lonely, just to name a few. So when in balance, the whale, calm, steady, deeply compassionate. When out of balance, heavy, slips into the old story, into the old habits, into the old way of being. To bring to balance, regular self-care. You gotta take care of yourself and not wait for permission for someone to tell you to take care of yourself, that yes, you're allowed to go and do this or do that, whatever it is, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's doing meditation or deep breath, whatever it is, allow yourself to do it. And self-love is an inside job. This is the way that you talk to yourself, that you express yourself within yourself. This is how you refer to yourself, the conversation and dialogue that you have within yourself, that nobody else knows, that nobody else hears or understands, that just you. And it's very highly personal. So you are a whale, and also you have whales in your life as well. So when you're feeling a little lost, confused, and disoriented, reach out to those whales in your life. That's all that I wanted to do for the card reading. Short and sweet and straight to the point. And this was the last one of this sign of the triangle upside down. Pretty sure that is also an earth element. Let me actually open it. It is an earth element. It's water. Makes sense since it's in the water. So as water, and all of us also, we are a different earth element, and we can tap in and we can use different earth elements that we have at our disposal. But all of us, we are there's also spirit, air, fire, water, earth. I'm a natural earth element, which means that is what I'm more connected to. I'm going to read about the water element to help you understand this this card for today. Creatures of the ocean, rivers, and lakes. The creatures of the water element represent our emotional world and our ability to express. These cards point to to relationships, love, boundaries, or lack thereof, and creativity, our flow, if you will. Water creatures are often drawn to the arts as they have a natural inclination towards beauty and depth. Several water cards indicate an outpouring of creativity and or emotion. This can be wonderful, joyful, even romantic. However, when water spills and makes a mess, disappointment, and sometimes tears, they are their water after all, are sure to follow. Ideally, a healthy stream of communication flows through our lives. Not too much water, not too little. So everything is about balance, and we are made of water. And those of you who are feeling called towards crying and releasing through tears, do so. Don't hold on to it. Water is healing. Water is life. So if you are in that place or that emotional state where you're feeling a lot and you're going through a lot emotionally, cry, release it. Because at one point you're going to be done with your tears and you're not going to want to cry anymore. That's where the healing takes place as well. And you get to be you, yourself, and you learn through your tears. They're very powerful teachers as well. So that's all I want to share. That's it. Now we went a little bit deeper on it being a water element as well. I will be seeing some of you tomorrow at the Sacred Circle at 10 a.m. Eastern Time through Zoom. If you are curious about attending and you want to check it out, there's a link in the featured section that you can go and register and sign up, and you will get your personalized link to join the Zoom Secret Circle that is very private. No one else gets to access it and gets allowed to be part of it unless you request through that link. So some of you I'll be seeing on there. The rest of you I'll be seeing next Monday for another one of these weekly card readings that I do in this group, Heal the Unicorn, Emotional Healing and Spiritual Growth for Women. And until next time, have an amazing the rest of your day, and don't take everything to heart. Learn to be present in the moment and laugh when you can, cry when you call to, and remember that the only time, the only moment that exists is in the present. It is not in the past. It is not in the future. It's in the present. And that is when you exist, in the present. Not in the past, not in the future. That's it. Until next time. Bye. Have an amazing day.